Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, which is otherwise known as a leFH or a leaf blower. This one is known as Fifi La Pew Pew and is on the north spawn of El Halluf Encounter. Now you're looking at Targy. He's in his leFH, which was another term that I got the other day from Steve, leFH. Well, I suppose it's another way of referring to this Arty. Even Steve actually has one of these. Yes, I looked in his inventory, and Steve Borst actually does have one of these. He hasn't played many games, but he certainly does have one. Anyway, 105mm light field howitzer, which is mounted on top of a Char B1. It's capable of doing 410 alpha, 53mm of pen, and it's also got a fast reload. Standard reload would be 8.92 seconds. You can see Targy's got 7.01, and he's also climbing up the hill to try and get to the very top and shoot on the enemy. Now, it doesn't have a very long range, this Arty. In fact, actually, the real Arty only had a range of about is it 9,000 meters, or is it slightly more, 10,000 meters? So 10,675. Yes, I've got the exact figure. But in reality, in the game, you have to move closer to the center of the map if you want to be able to hit everywhere on the map. But it's tremendously accurate, very deadly, and a lot of fun. Okay, first target he sees is Strodny Viz 39. Which is a Czech medium tank at tier 4. This is a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it. Well, the enemies sent a lot of tanks into the cap circle. I think he means to get a lot of damage out of these guys. Okay, 14 TP, let it settle, let the aim dial in. That's better. Oh, that was a penetrating shot. 423, a high roll. Didn't kill him, but it's left him very vulnerable. Oh, second shot misses. Now, these tanks are asking for trouble if they stay where they are. Now, Targy looked away there, which is rather unusual. Oh, the T28 goes down to our M41 HMC. That's the other Arty on our team. So long as the Largo just keeps them spotted. And in fact, actually, he just took out the Strodny Viz 39. Just loop the shell over, but you need to accurately aim. And that ELC, well, he made a bit of a mistake there because he's a light tank, and that's a kill shot. Yeah, he went and rammed the side of a Largo. The Largo's a medium tank. It's quite heavy compared to a light tank. He did do some damage to the Largo, but of course the Arty shell was just going to carve straight through that ELC and took him out of the game. Now you notice he's teasing the line over the rear end of the 14 TP, trying to see where he's got a solution, but a lot of the shots he's firing at the moment, he's firing when they're not fully dialed in. That's better. That's how you do it. Wait until it's fully dialed in and you're trying to get a corner of the target. Just the other day I managed to take out an enemy Hetzer. He was only showing me the rear end of his the back of his vehicle, you might say his posterior, and I managed to nail it just by putting a shell onto the hatch at the back of the vehicle and take him out. Yeah, it is all about letting the aim dial in fully and then shooting. Not firing snap, not trying to fire as many rounds in as you can, just firing one really accurate round onto the target. Well, it looks like that has got the 2cm gun, not the autocannon. Fires into its path. No, didn't get it that time. It's moving too quick. Sometimes it can be really difficult especially when they're maneuvering a lot. That Lux driver obviously knows the more he keeps turning and moving, less likely that Arty's going to get him. Now we're 2 up on the enemy at the moment, so that's good news. Oh, he got a blind kill. He found the AMX CLC, the other one on the enemy team, and he's just taken him out. Incredible. He just said that blind got him. Now, where is that Lux? He's somewhere around. Oh, we're looking up onto the enemy area. You can see we've got a flattened reticule when we do look up there. And that's mainly because it's maximum range. Now let this dial in. That's it. Now you can fire. Just damaged him. Critical hit. But he tracked him and now he's picking up damage assist. Oh, and that shot might have actually damaged the tank as well. But he is gone. Okay, we've got a Wolverine there. Trying to retreat. He stopped for a second. Usually when they're taking aim, that's when they become so vulnerable. There's the M10. Oh, lots of tanks we can shoot at. That Sav makes a perfect target. He did fire a snap though. Damage the tracks. The M10 is tracked. Rounds out. That's a kill shot right into the cockpit. 4th kill now for Targy. Rounds out on the Sav. So, oh, he pulled back just in time to avoid that shell. Okay, fires another one in, but it wasn't fired on or fully dialed in. Okay, so he's marking the spot where he thinks that enemy tank's going to go. Oh, so close. 111 hit points from Splash. Now, can he get a kill shot? Just misses him, but gets 30 hit points all the same. Finding it very difficult to get the shells in there. That Sav keeps moving about. Makes it very, very difficult for us to get a shot. He obviously knows how to avoid shells. We've been spotted by the enemy. There's an M8A1 inbound. Okay, let the guy come over the rise because he actually doesn't have good gun depression when he comes over a rise like this. And you should be able to pump around into him. You can auto aim onto him. Right, instead, oh, well, he's gone. The T6 medium got him in the end. There's only 3 enemy tanks left, including one of their Artys. Oh. I had another snapshot in there. The enemy Arty is the Bishop. They've lost the Sav. Now, maximum range, and you can see he's got a flat reticule, which means he's out of range for the Wolverine. And the shell he did fire would have hit the target, but sadly it was already gone. That means the Bishop is the last one alive. We can see where he was last spotted. The Stug by Ausstellung B is going looking for him. Now would be a good time to get as close to the center of the map as possible to ensure you can get a shot on the Bishop. I think he's still out of range. He's been spotted now. He is firing at the Stug though, but the ELC is coming up behind him. I give it a go now, try and stop and get a shot in, but the Bishop's gone, and that means the game is over, and it's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats. That was the 2nd class tanker for Targy in the 105 leFH18B2, or leHEPA, as Steve Walsh called it. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He would have had 5 because he actually hit 2 targets after they'd been killed. So he missed out on getting his top gun. But he did get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. And his win rate from that game was Super Unicum Standard. It was 3,790. Very nice indeed. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he did get the highest damage in the game on that game, but didn't get the high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. He got 1,232 hit points, with the 2nd place going to the KV1, got 1,031. He picked up a steel wall in that game. And the 3rd place going to the Wolverine on the enemy team with 960. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the KV1, 2 kills went to the AMX ELC on our team, and the T6 medium, as well as the Wolverine and the Bishop on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yep, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 792 went to Targy, 708 went to the KV1, and 677 went to the AMX ELC Biz. He fired only 28 rounds, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrating shots, and 12 splash. Damage of 1,232 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged, or spotted one of the enemy, damaged 6 of them, killed 4, and did 469 hit points of damage assistance. Now, he did get a profit out of the game on a premium count, 15,148 credits, And he also took away 5,227 experience points as well because he completed a mission. So disappointing that he missed out on getting the high caliber, but the rest of his team were actually doing rather well. On top of that, he actually had some opponents in that game who knew how to avoid getting hit by Arty shells by dodging around or changing course. That guy in the looks, he was constantly changing his course from one side to the other. It was making it very, very difficult for you to work out exactly where he's going to be going next. Likewise for that Sav M43, kept moving forwards, then pulling back a bit more, then moving forwards. And by doing that, he was actually throwing the shells off, because every time targy fired one in, thinking, yep, I've got him now, he would dodge the shell. And in fact, that's how you do it. That's how you learn how to get rid or to avoid Arty. You learn by practicing and, of course, playing Arty yourself, so you can understand what shells can't hit Artys or tanks and which ones can. So, yes, anyone who stays still long enough to actually take aim, they're likely to get hit. But if they stay still long enough in cover, then they're not likely to get hit. And, of course, if they're like that Sav M43 and they keep moving backwards and forwards, they can still pump out rounds, but they're less likely to get hit by an Arty because the Arty won't know where they're going to be going next. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.